Back in 5, 4, 3.
And we are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA. Online at thebig1050.com. DG, can you tell how happy I am, my brother? DG, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself, brother. You got to unmute yourself.
I can't tell. Why do you have a voice? That's weird.
Yes, brother. Yeah, I did lose my voice the other day. I didn't. I prepared. I had some tea. I had some ginseng. I was prepared this time. You know, I didn't strain myself quite as much. So I was a little more prepared for the post-game festivities when they came around this time. So I'm with a voice ready to go for you and talk about these Wolverines. By the way, the Monday Morning Quarterback brought to you by our friends at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. No truer north, as you see up there in the corner, no truer north than our friends at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. If you're looking for a vacation right here in the state of Michigan, make your way up. Tell you, put it to the other side, DG. Other side, other side, other side.
Oh, I can see it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Make your way up to Traverse City to Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, because what DG would be doing right now is he would be getting a relaxing massage.
Bro, I need it so bad right now too, man.
Yeah.
Do they travel to you sometimes? Can Grand Traverse come to me? No,
they won't. But
I'm the prince.
You don't think it out there? You be treated like a prince. You be treated like the prince you are. From the massage to the pedicure, I'm telling you, they will take care of you at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. All the great places to dine, Airy Restaurant up top, all the great places to shop, dine. You got the casino right down the way with the shuttle service right down there. A great place to stay, dine. So many great things to do in Traverse City, and you can enjoy all of them. You make your way up to Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, and so many great events going on. You can find out more information at grandtraverseresort.com. All right. So, DG, 13 to 10.
First, I want an apology. I want everybody to apologize to him, because when I called the Michigan game, I said Paige, a leader, right? A guy who's gotten some confidence, was voted captain, and whatever, right? Regardless of how he's played throughout the year, whatever. And people got in my Twitter, oh, this blah, blah, this guy's terrible. Oh, this blah, 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 blah. Well, you won't be able to walk around with your chest out had it not been for Paige and the way he played in that game. So I need apologies from all of you that did that said that got jumped out there knowing nothing. I need apologies, but go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, so Makari, one of the stars, him moving the nickel has been him moving the nickel and Zeke the corner. You hate that they had to get to it that way, DG, but sometimes, man, you know, injury, it can be, I don't want to call it a blessing, but sometimes you find things out with injuries, and they found out, they fell up the stairs with those moves because those guys wound up moving to positions that they're better in than they were in the positions they played before.
Dude, Paige's length was on full display, because you got to remember, a nickel is almost like a linebacker, right? It's like a defensive back linebacker hybrid. And him being down in the box, being able to mix it up with the wide receivers at close quarters contact, not having guys sprinting at him, and then also being able to come down and lower the boom. Outstanding job. As you know, I cut my teeth on games with Paige at West Bloomfield back in the day when I was calling high school games, and I never heard the kid's voice. And so when I had the meetings with the coaches, they say, yeah, he's gotten a lot more confidence. Being voted captain helped with that. He talks now, not all the time, right? But he communicates and speaks now. And he spoke with this play on Saturday. Michigan native, senior captain, playing the way he should in the game.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
He was phenomenal. I mean, the hit he laid, legal hit he laid on Will Howard.
Boom!
To the PBU. And then you see Will Howard, he thought he had a Emeka Egbuka because he got the jam, he got off the jam, and then Makari recovered and picked it off. It was just a great play. Great play.
I mean, he had 3 third down stops, right? Including that big hit. and then the interception. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, actually, believable. I kind of, I alluded to that. I alluded to him playing better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did.
And how about this show or your shows in general? Just laying it out as a group, laying it out what's going to happen. Hey, just get him to the fourth quarter. Me, Will Howard, I don't know. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand what this fire is like. Nothing against him. He just doesn't get it. He's never seen it. He was in Kansas. He don't know. He'll find out. It'll be too late. How about just nailing it across the board?
Hey, man, they should have been listening to us, DG. They should have been listening to us.
Been listening.
Should have been listening. Listening to all those national dudes. Paying attention to all those Ohio guys. They believe that hype. They believe that hype down there. And I was giving them their credit. We were giving them their credit.
We gave them the credit. They're the best team we've seen in a generation. And still. That has got to suck.
Yes,
that don't feel good. It can't feel good. It can't feel good. With everything aligned. Everything. $20 million roster. And we keep saying $20 million. It's actually a lot more than that, but let's just go with $20 million. You got rid of the quarterback whose fault it was. Get out of here, buddy. It's you. You're the reason. You got the most amazing wide receiver of a generation, right? You got guys that are technically behind him because he's so good that were all 5 stars. Just amazing players. A quarterback, right? Who's going to be a quarterback in the NFL. So they thought. The defense. We brought back all of our seniors because we saw Michigan do it, and we're going to bring them all back so that we can be the older, stronger, more physical, and more tough team. And still. 62 yards passing, and still. Oh, man.
That is right.
I don't even feel good rubbing it in at this point. It just has to suck.
Oh, I'll feel good for you. No, I can do that for both of us, DG. Don't worry about that. Because
you think they're in the chat again this week?
No.
No.
But
I need them to have courage and be tough. Get in that chat now like you were.
They should be. And they should be paying some money. Buckeyes should be doing some super chats right now because they were getting all that information for free.
We were giving it to them.
And they were calling it a scam. It's not a scam if it turns out to be true. Told you this dude wasn't ready for this smoke. Told you he wasn't ready. He showed you he wasn't ready for this smoke. And he kept running it at him. And Vance,
it was so bad. I talked about it on my game. I cannot believe that a human would run into the 2 best players on a team when, no offense, our outsides just aren't as good. And yours are very good. What are you doing?
Listen.
He been listening to Sam's show. He been listening to you, Sam, because it got in his psyche. It got in his subconscious, right? He's been listening to Sam Webb. Stop listening to Sam Webb because now you're looking crazy. Why are we running into the teeth and the strength of the team?
Uh-huh.
And when I say we, I mean Ohio State. I don't get it. I love it. I don't get it. I love it. I don't get it. I like to understand things, Sam. I like to understand things. I don't understand it. I'm still baffled. I don't know what to say.
See, this is where your man Gus. Gus. I mean, I know Joel watches from time to time. Joel, because Joel's your man. He watches you from time to time. I don't know how much he watches. I don't know if he watches every week, but he probably watches Ohio State one. Man, y'all gotta talk to your man Gus. Because some of his commentary, I'm trying to figure it out. So where in this equation are we not calling out Ryan Day's mental fragility? Soft as baby, you know what? We know the man is insecure. We know this about the guy. He wants to prove how tough he is. Yeah. Why was that not a part
Sam,
of the commentary?
I don't get into that with you. However, I don't think it was I don't think he could. I mean, the post game with about Lou Holtz, old man, Lou Holtz is old man. You don't got to attack Lou. But watching the way that game was played, even when you saw it, even when you had the example before halftime that you essentially can just go down the field if you want because your receivers are so good, right? Even with this great pass rush, you still can just go dink and dunk, shallow cross your way to the promised land. Even with that example, the inability and it has to be insecure. It's like he was adamant about proving how tough they were. And the thing is, I don't think people understand when you go so far to prove something, that is in turn telling everybody that you are that thing that you're trying to prove against, right? Because the thing is, your team is not just powerful run team. I mean, you've had the ability to run the ball with good running backs and whatever, but that's not who you are. You are a great athlete on the edge. And the fact that you were not who you were to prove a point, that makes you soft.
Come on, man. So here's what happened.
Because I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be no matter what y'all talking about.
See, but that's because
that had crazy. And guess what? Now y'all love it. At first, I was like,
but you're secure in who you are.
I'm secure in who I am.
You're secure in who you are. See, a tough guy he just tough. He just go out there and be who he is. A guy who pretends to be tough does what he thinks a tough guy would do. That's Ryan Day. He's following the script. This is what I think a tough guy would do. So
it's so hard to disagree, man.
Come on, man.
Watching that game and the most important. Okay, I see the beginning, right? You got to try to, whatever. Got it. And then you get the drive before half, and I was terrified. I'm like, oh my God, they found it. They're not going to do that other stuff anymore. And then they come out, and then they go 3 and out and just try it. And then they went to Gestapo tactics. They start throwing throwback screens. I said, is that Michigan? What are you doing? You don't need to throw throwback screens to the tight end. Oh man.
Hey man, I actually for a second thought they were going to come after they went in the 2-minute drill.
Yes.
I too thought, okay, they're going to come out.
This is where it all falls apart.
Yeah, they're going to come out throwing haymaker. But this is where I got to give a shout out to Vance, right? This is why they should have been watching our show. Man, we covered this stuff very thoroughly. And he said, listen, Sam, these dudes will not be patient enough to dink and dunk, to nickel and dime Michigan the whole game. He said, watch what I say. Listen to what I'm telling you. They will not be patient enough to do that. He said, so play your base. He said, play cover 2. He said, play too high. Play your base and allow your front to stop the run. And Michigan can do it. And obviously, they obviously did it, TG. Also, and he said, if they want to go, if they can march 8, 9, 10 play drives, which we have been saying, and they could do that the whole game, tip your cap. Now, I think you're going to make some play. I think you can make enough plays with your front to get off the field. But maybe you don't, and maybe they win the game that way, and if they do, tip your cap. But he said, I'm telling you, they won't be patient enough. And he was right, DG, because these dudes want to throw shots. They want to throw shots. And so 2 things are working in your favor in this regard. Number 1, you're showing them this light box. They're seeing this box is light. This box is light. This box is light. I mean, these are numbers guys, and we got to run into this. And, I want to be tough. I'm a tough guy. And the box is light.
It aligns perfectly.
It aligns perfectly. We going to run into this. But they're smacking us with Kenneth Grant, Mason Grant. But the box is light. I want to be tough. We gonna run into it. We want to throw shots.
It says we should be able to, but you got to feel the game. You got to feel the game. Just because it's 2 out safeties, in a perfect world, the box is light. You should be able to run the football. But this is different. You got a whole half to see that. You've got to adjust. If anything, go to the iPad and say, we ain't getting no movement on that. He beating him. That ain't working. He's setting that edge. We got to throw it. I don't care what covers they're in. We got to throw it. We have to throw the football. They look like Michigan. That was crazy.
Man.
Like they switched uniforms.
Listen, Mason Graham, he was little boy in them dudes in there.
He got to win the lot, right? He got to win it. I know the team isn't that great. he got to win a lot impact trophy. He is unbelievable.
He was little boying those guys. It was unbelievable.
Another apology, Sam. I forgot to mention this. Everybody needs to apologize to Wink. Everybody needs to apologize to Wink. You have to. He's supposed to be the Dalai Lama. He's terrible, blah, 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 blah. Well, from what I see, it looked like he had to find out who those kids were or those young men. They had to find out who they were, what position they need to be in, because 0 points from Indiana and really no yards either in the second half. And in the second half, I mean, in one touchdown only in the first half from Ohio State? Man, 10 points from this offense, even though they helped them out by just being not very good. But there's a reason they're not very good. Wink deserves an apology. Tweet him. I don't know if you got a Twitter.
Yeah.
Get out there and apologize, man.
It was a master class with what they did. But I had Borges going because this is what Borges does. I had him chart Ohio State's offense. And he said their offensive line, he had them with 36 minuses for the game, Ohio State's offensive line. 27 of those minuses came from their two guards and their center. They got destroyed, DG. They got destroyed on the inside.
Into the strength of Michigan, you're running into your weakness. Those are the guys that have been replaced. What are you doing? I feel bad for Ohio State fans a little bit. Look, Sam, look.
I know.
I feel bad for Ohio State fans a little bit.
Radio listeners can't see Devin's wink, but there's a lot of winking going on.
It's something in my eye, I think. I think it's something in my eye.
They got
winking
destroyed.
For wink.
But back to Gus. See, to me, all this talk about the matchup. So yeah, Ohio State, immensely talented, one of the most talented rosters we've seen in recent memory. I'm with that. I don't think they're more talented than the Georgia roster from a couple of years ago, Urban. Like they talking all this, like they trying to gas it up.
I mean, it's comparable though. They're that good that it's comparable, which is really good.
Okay, I'm like, it's okay. They put their pants on one leg at a time. I get that they're talented.
Hold on, I wore overalls this weekend. I put mine on at the same time. I'm sick of that saying. I
was like, I get it. They're talented, and I did not predict a victory, but I predicted that it's possible. Like we were saying all week, it's possible that they could beat these dudes because Michigan has a defensive line that even if Ohio State was healthy, they're better than those guys up front.
Yeah.
And Michigan has a coaching advantage. And that was the other thing that we talked about. Like, if they get these dudes in a box, if they get they get them to the fourth quarter, they can't handle it over there. Mm-hmm. And that Gus wouldn't, like, all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, Gus is like, hey, this young man, Sharon Moore, is a coaching genius. Like, oh, all of a sudden in the fourth, now he a coaching genius? Or he just a sudden epiphany. The genius just manifest in the fourth quarter of the game when Sharon outcoached Ryan Day last year. Last check, couple fourth downs, he went for it, got it. Ryan Day had fourth down opportunities, passed on it. Big issue. Zach Zenner gets hurt. Sharon Moore has his team rally, believe, score, respond. His team, Ryan Day's team, crumbles in the clutch.
I mean, you guys on the field, just weird stuff, trying to call back-to-back timeouts. Hey, if this was basketball, he would have got a technical foul. I'm thinking, like, what is going on? And it was all the things that you said, Sam. I got to apologize to you, Sam, because, I always tell you, you don't get up on that table the way you need to get up on that table. And I'll be trying to help push you along because, you're a great analyst these days, right? And you was on that table. You said that man is, if you get him to the fourth quarter, he can't handle it. And he unraveled. But I think everybody needs to recognize that's the pressure of the game. And this is why I said what I said about Will Howard. You make one mistake and the doubt starts to creep in. It's like, oh man, they're expecting me to do it. I'm not the one that lost the last 3 years. Why y'all all on me about it? When he threw that pick, I said, well, there it is. That's the game right there. That's the game, because now he's got to prove how good he is. Hey, all year I made a mistake and I come back. That's what I do. I come back. Well, you've come back against other teams in other games. This isn't, that wasn't the game. The game is different. And I think everybody can understand that a little more now. Still, fans in the chat, everybody, you won't know. You won't know until you get on the field. And if you're above 18, your time has passed. You will never understand how hot that fire is. But I'm telling you, it's different. Will Howard's probably looking himself in the mirror today like, who was I? Why was my body feeling weird? My stomach was hurting. My hands got a little more clammy. I just don't understand. Well, you should have watched the show. I told you.
Yeah, they should
watch Dropping Dimes. I told you, Will. It's different. It's significantly different than anything you'll ever experience. And that's why it's the greatest rivalry, not only in football, not only in college football, in sports. That's not like a thing that people just say tongue in cheek. It's real. And Will Howard found that out. He found out, and he'll probably go play great in the playoff because it's not the game. It's not the game. But I'm just telling you, man, it's different.
Yeah,
and, I think fans, after hearing us talk about it and then watching him crumble like that, I think now fans can appreciate it a little more about how different it actually is and actually believe what I told them.
I mean, think about this. So Michigan, they're going in to score, man. They're going in to score. And this is first down, and you got your tight end wide open in the end zone, and they throw a pick. Now, I am not averse to calling out play calling. Y'all know this about me, right? So, because Indiana game, you heard me drill the red zone play calling and say this is horrible play calling in the red zone, right? So I will say when I think play calling is bad, this was bad play calling. I don't think that was bad play. The play was there. The tight end was wide open in the end zone. All right. I think that was bad execution right there, in my opinion. But think about how the team responded. And I tweeted this in a moment. I said, listen, that is a debilitating blow.
Gut punch.
Where you're about to score to go up on Ohio.
It is wide open.
It is wide open. Like, how do you not? And you're thinking, everybody's thinking, how do we not hit that? You probably got some guys on the sideline say, why do we not run that? Right? There's all kind of second guessing, all kind of room for, you got fans saying, oh, this is a horrible play call. That was not a horrible play call. Okay. But that you have people saying that, imagine all of that's going on. This is a perfect recipe for second guessing in that moment. But the proper response, the response you got from Michigan is, look, fellas, we still in great shape. Get out on that field. We got a defense. We go out on that field. We force them to punt. They got to go against the wind. We get on the field, go play football. We get the ball back. We right back in great shape.
Get out there.
Go play football. We still got these dudes where we want them. It's still the fourth quarter. We still got a mental midget on the other side. And I'm not talking about his intellect. This dude is not built for this. Some people are not built for the moment. Some people are not ready for the adversity.
And not only that, that moment.
Right. And I'm talking about this moment. He is not built for this. And I'm just making, based on the observations that we've seen over the last 4 years, it's not going to get better. He can't hire his way out of it. He's tried to. He can't buy his way out of it. He's tried that too. Now, you, as a Michigan fan, you got to hope that they think it's going to be okay, that he's going to get it right. And odds are, if they keep him, he's probably going to win a game. Law of averages says he will, DG. Mm-hmm. And as a Michigan fan, it's a price worth paying to have him win a game here or there because he doesn't have the fortitude to win it regularly. So you take that L occasionally to win it regularly because he'll never win it regularly. He don't have it. DG. It's clear. Sharon Moore played this dude like a piano.
You know what I liked? And I don't always like stuff like this, but I loved it for some reason. And it's not just because it's Michigan, because, I'll say when I don't, whatever. But when he got Ryan Day in his scope and he hit him with the arrow on national television, I said, "Oh God." That was one of the most beautiful sights I'd ever seen. That was close to JJ as the touchdown is being run, standing in the middle of the field and staring Ryan Day down. I don't know which one was better. I don't know, because they're both at Ohio State, but getting the arrow prepared, something you'll get a flag for if you're doing it as a celebration. Getting the arrow prepared, pulling it back real far, and I don't know if he held it for a long time because it was slow motion or what, but holding it, closing one of those eyes and lining it up and then being real dramatic with your finger. Look at my finger, Sam. And then waiting till it hit, because it's it's 53 across, 53 and a half. So the arrow got to travel, so you got to wait. There it is. Oh, man, that's tough. That was tough. Hey, that's going to be played over and over throughout the ride. And I don't know if everybody appreciated the way that they probably should, but he looked at Ryan Day and shot him with an arrow. And this is before they had even kicked off. This is right after the touchdown. Like, hey, our defense ain't letting y'all drive on the field. Y'all got no timeouts. Oh, man.
You can't see that on the radio, but you shoot the arrow.
On radio, I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry on radio. You got to get on the stream. You know where to be. You know where to be on radio.
Yeah. All right, folks. We got to get to a break. When we come back on the other side, we'll have
Davis Warren is who we're going to talk about on the other side.
Well, Will Howard, too. We'll have you talk about both quarterbacks. Have you talk about both quarterbacks. All right. We will do that on the other side here on the Michigan Insider Monday Morning Quarterback here on the Big 1050 WTKA online at the big1050.com.
And we are clear on the radio.
All right, folks, listen, when it comes time to take a vacation in the great state of Michigan, there is no better place to go than Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. No truer north than GTR. You see that great course. Now, look, it's probably snow covered right now, so you can't get out on the course, but
correct. There's no golf right now.
There's no golf right now. But when you make it up to GTR,
they have indoor golf all year, though.
Yes, so you do have the golf simulator. See that great tower? The amenities at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, the spa, and then the golf simulator, and the opportunity to get in there and work on your game in the winter is an amazing opportunity. And then the great places to dine at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa, where there's the Airy restaurant at the top of that tower, or all the great bars and lounges on the lower floor, the great places to shop there, the indoor pool. They also have I talked about the spa. They have the outdoor jacuzzi, which is a great thing to do in the wintertime. The contrast between the snowfall and jacuzzi outside is a great thing to experience. Then you have Turtle Creek Casino right down the way. You can take the shuttle down there to enjoy great outings, a lot of great themed outings that they have going on at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. You can check those out at the website, grandtraverseresort.com. Don't miss the great vacation opportunities throughout the winter season. Check them out at grandtraverseresort.com. You can book your vacation now. All right, DG, when we come back on the other side, we're going to get into
Davis Warren getting in the fight.
And we're also going
first down, get that fight.
We're gonna get your take on planting the flag, man. I don't know what you think about that, man. I just think I think there's a whole lot of soft reactions to it.
What did you expect?
I'm just
a soft team was beat. Apparently, we think they were going to not be soft after they had all game to show that kind of vitriol, that kind of fight, that kind of anguish.
And I'm not just talking about Ohio State. I'm talking about the peanut gallery around the country. I'm not going to ask you to talk about your colleagues. I won't put you in that position.
Yeah, all of it.
Ask you to do that.
All of it is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, planting the flag is crazy. Because I vividly remember Baker Mayfield in there re-showing it, celebrating it. He's just a baller. He planted that flag. But now when it's Ohio State and and their season essentially been ruined. Michigan wasn't supposed to be able to do it. The thing about it, when you think about it, they ain't won there in quite some time against Michigan. It's Michigan's field. So really, they should take the O off at this point. Like, what are we doing? Like, you can't because you lost start fighting because a team is putting a flag in the field. First of all, it's turf. It's not even gonna stick, right? Just go in the locker room and go be done with it. You've already got your butt kicked, right? I know you're emotionally drained. Go get in the locker room. Go get in the locker room. I don't understand it. And then to pepper spray these young men after a football game is crazy. And there needs to be. There's no way. Whoever those kids' parents are, we gotta go after Columbus's police department.
Called excessive force, DG.
Are you kidding me? You pepper sprayed them, and from what I can see, it was just pepper sprayed Michigan, because Michigan didn't run after Ohio State. Ohio State ran after Michigan because they were planting the flag. You're supposed to be in the locker room. You lost. We wouldn't have planted the flag if you won.
Stand by, guys. Coming back. Stand by.
Unbelievable.
I'm back for the conclusion of Monday Morning Quarterback in 5, 4, 3.
We are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at thebig1050.com. It is time for the Driving Force Report, brought to you by our friends over at Golden Limo. They will get you to your location on time, every time, just like they do the Michigan football team. You talk about a guy who was beyond happy, beyond ecstatic. Sean Duvall, the owner of Golden Limo, just through the roof. So unbelievably proud, unbelievably proud of the team, unbelievably proud of his ambassador for the year, Zeke Berry, because he's a proud supporter of Michigan NIL, and his ambassador, his supporter, the guy he has signed this year is Zeke Berry. He's done a fantastic job as he's moved over the corner. Zeke is going to be the representative at his postseason party. Also going to have Samaj there. Going to get the Dropping Dimes crew there. Al Borges, Vance Bedford, going to have the whole crew have a postseason party. Might have you. If you book your ground transportation through Golden Limo, whether that's a luxury SUV for executive transport, maybe you need group transport with one of those sprinters or party buses, or maybe you need large group transport on one of their luxury motor coaches, like the buses that Michigan football uses. You can book your ground transportation by going to goldenlimo.com. Just make sure you mention Golden Ticket, because when you do, a portion of your ground transportation fee will go to Michigan NIL purposes, or it will also go to a great veterans charity called Freedom River. That is the Golden Limo commitment. And so make sure you book through Golden Limo using the Golden Ticket, whether you're anywhere here in Southeast Michigan or anywhere in the world, frankly, through their transportation partners. So you don't have to be in Southeast Michigan to book through Golden Limo. All right. DG, Driving Force Report, break down the performance of these quarterbacks, both of whom had a couple of costly turnovers, but their turnovers, Ohio State's, wound up being more costly than Michigan's.
Yeah, Davis Warren did not play a good game by any stretch of the imagination. By any stretch, right? Obviously, the play down in the goal line, he's wide open. That's going to win the game, whatever, all that. And with all that being said, when it was time to make a play, he made it. And that's all that matters when you're playing in the game. I don't care how many yards he had. I threw for 450, and we lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding performance. But we lost. 62 yards, and he won. And my favorite play of the game. My favorite play. Because he was backing up still, throwing off the back foot, doing the garbage that I don't like, and we've outlined at nauseum. Stop doing it. Doesn't work. Please. He hit that back foot. He climbed in that what, Sam? What did he climb into?
The fight.
What?
The fight. He climbed into the fight.
He got into that fight, and when he climbed into that fight, he saw nothing but green. No red. Where's the red? Oh, they don't know that you've been working. You've been working on hitting that back foot, climbing into the fight. Devin's been telling you since week one, hit that foot, climb into the fight. Hit that back foot, climb into the fight. Climbs in, runs for a first down, and then, I don't know if this happens after or wherever, it happened. He's running. It looks like the play is dead. Nobody to throw to. And O'Leary. O'Leary with a catch. Oh, it was amazing. A great catch on the sideline. A former walk-on. That's 2 walk-ons beating Ohio State. And then Khalil Mullings with the run of the rivalry. Just stopped, nowhere to go, and it boom, down the sideline. Unbelievable. So my analysis is Davis Warren. He won the game. Awful performance for the most part. Doesn't matter. When he needed it most, he showed up. And I'm telling you, it takes a special athlete, a special competitor to play so bad to lose the game for your team and then go get it done. And that's all I care about. Kudos to Davis Warren. Send him flowers. Send him flowers. Send him. Send him.
I hear you.
Send him flowers.
I hear you, man. Hey, you got to bounce back, right? Got to bounce back.
That's the name of the game. Guess what?
Got to bounce back.
If Ohio State had a guy like Davis Warren, they would have bounced back. But they did not, because the intentional fortitude, the things that he's experienced in his life, it made him different. Apparently, I don't know many humans that throw a pick on the goal line when a guy's wide open, especially when you can go to the sideline and watch how wide open he was.
Yeah, big shot on the sideline
and not have your sphincter pretty tight. You get the ball back, and he didn't. He responded.
Right.
His teammates were with him. Oh, everybody involved. Everybody involved. Outstanding.
Yeah, it was. You gotta
Sam!
You gotta be able to put it behind you, man. And they were able to do that. And he was able to do that. Him individually was able to do that. You gotta be able to call that out. And so
he's the MVP of the game, in my opinion.
Gotta be able to.
The kicker was amazing. Oh my goodness, just kicking that ball through that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, and I usually don't tweet during the game, Sam, as you know. I'm not that guy. However, I had quite fun this week, with the tweets. And I was tweeting GIFs, right? GIFs to match what was going on the field. And I thought they were hilarious. I was in my hotel room cracking up. I wouldn't even get ready for my game. I said, you know what? I can't do this. I'm emotionally too wrapped up in this. There's no way I can get ready for my game that's later. I'll do that another time. And man. And so let's move forward to, obviously Will Howard. I don't think there's anything for me to say now, because as an analyst, like you should, I first guessed it, right? I made it very clear. I told you on Dropping Dimes, for those of you who watched, I said I think he thinks Oregon and Michigan are the same, even though it more so Oregon is much, much better. That's what he thinks. He doesn't understand what he's getting himself into. He doesn't understand what he signed up for. He thinks he came to win Ohio State in a national championship. No, they brought you here to beat Michigan, period. Period. And they assume beating Michigan, right? Beating Michigan would get you all those other things. But the main goal, they talk about keeping the main thing. The main thing is to beat Michigan. I don't think he understood that until he threw that first interception. I think he's fine, and it's too late now. You can't get ready now. The game's already going. It's over now. You don't have a chance now. And so I kind of feel bad because I don't think they explained to him good enough. I think they got the stuff up in the wall, but I don't think he talked to Troy Smith. I don't think he talked to Terrell Pryor. I don't think he talked to Braxton Miller. I don't think he had those conversations to try to get him closer to understanding what this is all about. And that's
he was talking like he did. He was talking like he did all week.
Talk all you want.
Yeah.
You can talk all you and I saw right through it. Remember I said he's always the leader of the get the fans hype brigade. There's too much of that. Just play football. You're doing too much crowd. Believe in me. You love me. Aren't I good? I'm ready. I'm going to get it done for you guys. I don't like that. Why are you doing that so much? You don't even know them like that. You don't even know them fans like that. What are you doing? And it was all pretend, like I thought it was. It was all pretend because there was none of that.
You were the first one to kind of bring him to my attention because didn't you do a Kansas State game? And
when they recruited him, I told you, I said, that's a huge mistake. he's like leaving Kansas State because his job is being taken
by Avery Johnson, right?
You're getting a guy who has to leave, right? He has to leave there. He has no other choice, really. Avery Johnson is their quarterback. They made that very clear. He has to go. And we criticize Michigan so much for you didn't go get a quarterback. Well, Ohio State, you wouldn't pay the quarterback that lost his job at a school that's lesser than you and ran your guy out, who I thought was really good for what they wanted to do.
Right. So
if Kyle McCord's in that game, I don't think it ends like that.
So here's the thing. Kyle McCord he was feeling kind of like, hey.
Is in that Ohio State game that we just played. I don't think it ends like that. And I know that kills Ohio State fans.
See, and let's look at Kyle McCord's interceptions versus the interceptions that he threw. Kyle McCord's first interception, his first interception was like I know you say it wasn't really on Harrison Jr. I kind of think it was, but let's put that aside.
Let me explain that, Sam. It wasn't all on Harrison and it wasn't all on the quarterback. For the quarterback, it's tough to see because Michigan did a really nice job of disguising and they play so much man coverage, right? So your previous knowledge is saying, okay, they play a lot of man. Okay, this is a number 1 draft pick over at corner. They're going to believe in themselves. Okay, bet. So he doesn't anticipate that the corner is going to be so aggressive. And the reason the corner can be so aggressive is because he has help over the top. Mm-hmm. But he didn't register that. Remember, it was going fast. So he throws it, and then you can get a little more effort from the wide receiver, of course. So I think it's up to the quarterback to recognize. It's up to the receiver, but you got to think about it. The receiver thinks he's a man, so he doesn't expect the ball the corner to be so violent and aggressive towards the ball, right? So it was just a perfect storm, but that happens. That happens.
Right. So you got equal parts, receiver and quarterback, and you got Will Johnson right there who picks it off, right? So that's
right. You can't. How mad you gonna be?
Right. And second one, he gets drilled in the face.
He gets hit in the face.
In the face on the throw by Jalen Harrell.
Which you're gonna lose that game anyway. The game's over.
Right. And after the game, Ryan Day is like putting it all on him, which is what Ryan Day does. This game, Will Howard's first interception, this is before the hit from Makari Paige, by the way.
The first interception was inexcusable.
The corner has outside leverage, DG.
It's inexcusable.
He sees it the whole way.
He sees the whole way. What are you doing? And it's just like, you didn't really have pressure like that. Like, what are you doing? Unbelievable. There's nothing I have more, Sam. I'm Whitney Houston. I have nothing. I have nothing for why they kept running the ball. I have nothing for why he threw that. I am Whitney Houston. I have nothing.
I was like, and I'm not taking anything away from Amir Hall. It was a great play, Amir Hall, but it was like,
keep his feet in, get more yards. Very good.
But it was like, thank you.
We got it.
It's like, he threw it. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Can't believe it. And everything DG said was on full display from that play. You're welcome. You're welcome, fans. Because I know fans watching that watch Dropping Dimes, they're probably thinking, DG said this would happen. Oh, I already know. We good. You can be at your parties with your nachos. No, we good. We're going to win this one. He said that he would crumble.
Now, the second one was after he got blasted by Makari. But still, I want to say that was part he got blasted, and it was also just great play by Makari too. Because I thought Makari, his recovery off the jam, I thought you had a couple things at play on that pick. So
you had one guy that knows how to beat Ohio State, and the other guy that doesn't. Period. That's the analysis. It's over. One guy, no matter what happened on the release, whatever, he knows how to beat Ohio State. He knows exactly what to do, right? He's been here before. The other guy, it's foreign territory. I'm talking about all the other guys wearing red. Foreign territory. They don't know what it takes. They don't know what it is, right? And Caleb Downs, I feel bad for him because he's a dog, and he done lost to Michigan twice this year alone.
That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point. Hey, man.
I'm talking about he is really, really good, and he done lost to Michigan twice this year.
Hey,
hopefully he hasn't adopted the whole Ohio State I hate Michigan thing, because now he's going to be hurt a little bit more.
Hey, McLaughlin, and not that you wish you an Achilles injury on yourself, but at least you didn't get beat by Michigan again, because you would have got beat. You would have got beat, so at least you avoided that. Hey, folks, we can't have MMQ&A today, so what I will do is I'll make sure we have a question and answer session in Dropping Dimes, which we'll have to do on Thursday because Wednesday is signing day. So we're going to have to move dropping dimes down today. All right, folks? So I want a special programming note. All right?
Get your questions and your super chats ready.
Yeah, get your questions and your super chats ready. We're going to have a lot in store for you on Dropping Dimes this week and give you special Devin question and answer sessions. So get all those ready for a little bit later in the week. All right?
James Whiteman, I'm glad you're on your feet. I'm glad I got you on your feet watching the stream, baby. That's what I'm talking about, James Whiteman. Very good.
All right, folks, we got to get out of here. We'll see you next time on the next edition of the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA online.